Welcome to this video, guys. In this video we're going to learn about how authentication flow will work. Okay, in previous video we have seen how the login flow is worked. At the end of the login flow we got JWT token. Okay, using this token how we can protect our other APIs. Okay, and how the authentication will work. Okay, when user send a request to the server, it will go to the app.js and then it will go to the routes. Okay, routes will redirect to the middleware. Okay, middleware will check if the authentication is passed or not. Okay, if authentication is passed, then it will go to the controller. I mean, next function it will go. Otherwise, we will return 401 unauthorized here. Authentication means we are checking this user is existed in our system or not. This token given by the user is correct or not. It is basically identifying a person. Okay, authorization means we are identifying the permissions of the person which he can do the actions in on our resources. Okay, so most of the time they will ask about what is authentication, authorization, this kind of questions you will get in interviews. Okay, I hope it's clear. Let's go into the code how we are doing this authentication process now. Okay, let me walk you through the code first and then we will execute it. See, to explain this authentication, I have created a one dummy route. This get route name is profile. Okay. So here I have a middleware, auth middleware, which is nothing but authentication middleware. Okay, it will do the authentication process. If it is successful, then I will go to the next function. Otherwise, I will get the 401 unauthorized. Let's see what it is have. So when we do the auth middleware, what we will do, actually the token which we got, we have to pass the token in headers, okay, with the key called authorization. So first we will take this one. Okay, we will check this is there or not in the headers. This key is there or not with the headers. If it is not there, then we can return this error. Okay, if it is there, then we will split. Most probably, I mean, most of the time we will use the bearer token. So it starts with bearer space and then we will use the token. People call it as a bearer token. Okay, so when we split this one, we will get an array. Okay, in the 0 index we will have a bearer, and the first index we will have the token. From here we have to get the token first. Okay, when we get the token, then again we will use the JWT. Now in the JWT we are using the verify method. Previously we have used the sign in, now we are using the verify. We will take the token and we will use the same secret which we have used for the sign in. That's why we have to keep the secret safely. If somebody have our secret, then they can also decode like us, right? So once we have decoded, that means one the first step is done. That means the token is successfully decoded, right? And then we will use we will make a database call with the user ID. Okay, so if the user is existed in our database, then it is fine. If it is not existed, we will throw this error. If it is existed, then what we will do, see, always the request is an object. For the request object we will add one more key called user, and we will pass this one id role email. So what it will do, it will forward these details to next functions with the request. So by using this one, coming functions, we can do authorization based upon this rule, right? So that's why we are passing, attaching this one to the request object. And then if everything is successful, then we are going to the next function. If anything fails, I mean any exceptions came, we just have a catch here. So we'll give the 401 here. So once this auth middleware is successful, then we are going to this next function. That is here, a callback function is there. It will be executed. Okay, let's see in practical how we're going to do this one. First of all, we have to log in. Okay, then we get a token, right? We got a token. Now, when you go to the this next API, which is protected by this token, if you see this one, this is my API, and I have a in headers I have a key called authorization. It is actually required. Here if you see the value, I have given a bearer and then token. So bearer space token. Okay. Now let me send this one. Okay. I am running my server in debug mode. Okay, if you see, this is JavaScript debug terminal. My server is running. Now we have came here in the breakpoint. If you see authorization headers, okay, first it will take authorization keyword. Okay, if you see, this is already came. Now the first if condition, it is checking it is existed or not. So it is existed, we are able to see this one. So it will go to the next. So if you see token, so we are doing the split here. Okay, once we splitted this one, we got a token. Now what we are doing, we are just decoding the token using the JWT secret. Once we have decoded, okay, we can find the user ID. Using the user ID, we make a database call. Okay, if the record existed, of course, yes, it is existed. So it is existed, so we came here. If not existed, then it will go into this if condition. Okay, now we are attaching this one here, I mean these details here. Then we are moving to the next function. Once we move to the next function, we will get the response. This is how the authentication flow is working. You can see, yeah, executed. Okay, true profile, yeah. So this is how authentication process is working. Okay, so this is the sample API. Usually we will use other APIs in the same process using the authentication middleware. Thank you for listening. We'll meet in the next video.